Hey everyone, I'm Keychain. Today we're doing a guide on the Ultimate Alliance campaign. This has been requested by a few people, so I'm going to do my best at making a guide. The first thing I just want to go over is what the event looks like. So after you've signed up, you get matched against 6 other alliances, so that there's 7 total. And treasure is distributed to each alliance at the start. So it gives you a chance to get ready before the actual campaign starts. It's usually a 30-minute cooldown. And you get to see your opponents, and you can go check out their areas, check out their treasure, see how strong they are, that type of stuff. So if you're really into this, you can go and start planning which kingdom you're going to go try and steal treasure from first, who you have to worry about, if you're going to make any deals, non-aggression packs, anything like that. You know, start looking at who you might need to message if you're going to try something like that. Now, the rewards for Ultimate Alliance campaign are pretty good. There's individual rewards, seen here, and then there are also Alliance rewards that I just showed a minute ago. The Alliance rewards get updated pretty frequently, usually 1 tier down from the current guard weapon, and 1 tier down from the current airship parts material. So right now it's on the highest, which means that airship parts are coming soon as one of the new items. Alright, so coming up on treasure. How does treasure work? Well, the more treasure you have, the more points you get per minute. Now that changes throughout the event. So if you can get a treasure lead, you can get a point lead depending on when alliances are going to be stealing treasure. Now, building placement. This is another important thing, and you'll see this happen quite a bit. A lot of alliances will cluster their buildings towards a center area and have stronger players around it. So ours right here, we've got 2 towers kind of next to a mountain, and I'm guarding those 2. And then our fortress, strategy center, and our other 2 towers are surrounded by 4 of our other stronger players. Now, some of the other setups that happen, in the corner, you'll see this. Look at this alliance here. They put everything in the corner, and then you've got something called UAC blockers. And UAC blockers are castles that are not in the main alliance. So during Ultimate Alliance campaign, you can't attack them. You can't kill the camps, you can't kill the castles, you can't do anything about it. So looking here, it's hard to even find a spot to teleport in. And there's a certain point where if you get enough of them, the game will port you somewhere randomly on the map far away, and then you have to use an advanced teleport to get there, rather than being able to use a free campaign teleport. Super annoying, also a really good strategy. So, you know, if you guys do start getting serious about Ultimate Alliance campaign, start looking around at what other alliances are doing, and that'll help you with your strategy. Now, a little bit more on treasure. So this footage, just got lucky with this one, but if you demolish an alliance building after Ultimate Alliance campaign has started, all of the treasure is distributed evenly amongst the enemy alliances. So this alliance that we were facing called Rev, they demolished all of their buildings, or at least they demolished all of their towers, so they only had 2 buildings, and their treasure went to everybody else. So everyone else started with a higher treasure. The strategy worked out okay for them. Like, they only had to defend 2 buildings, and they had 2 really strong players, so they kept those buildings, and then the rest of them went out and plundered. And yeah, they're starting from behind, but they really have less to defend, so it was nice. Now, the other thing you can do here is, you know, start looking at the treasure the other alliances have, and what do they have in the buildings. So when you're looking in the buildings, you can click the treasure icon and see if they have anybody defending the treasure or not. This one shows how much treasure everybody has and how many points per minute you're getting. So this just started, and all of us are at 133 points per minute, and that's because Rev kind of demolished their treasure. But as the treasure changes, the amount of points you get per minute changes, and that's kind of the goal here. Is it's not just about gathering treasure, because you might gather treasure and have the most treasure for the first 12 hours, and gain a point lead that can't be, met, and people can't catch up. Now, another piece of Ultimate Alliance campaign, there's no real troop loss. And healing becomes important here. So use your healing gear each time you heal, because some of these, it's just crazy how long it takes to heal an Ultimate Alliance campaign. And I hope they change it in the future to be more in line with like Darklands, where you get some free healing tokens, or the healing speed is souped up. Because if you get attacked or you do a lot of fighting in the beginning of Ultimate Alliance campaign, sometimes you're out of the event for 20 hours plus just healing troops, and it's not that fun, and the gold cost is pretty high. So you're going to be spending a lot of gold if you want to fight a lot, or you're going to spend a lot of time healing. So I tend to try and fight and do some battling until I have like 14 hours worth of healing, and then I'll go to bed and I'll set 10 hours worth of troops to heal. And if I wake up too early, then I will use some gold to speed that along. So scouting and plundering is another thing here. Scouting and plundering is part of how you gain treasure, and scouting is a big piece of this because you don't actually have to go to the enemy's kingdom to look at their buildings and see what they have. So this menu here, the treasure distribution, you can click because it gives you coordinates and it takes you there. So then you can look, they're defending all of these towers, but how much is in there? When I click the treasure details, it shows me this tower has 780,000 troops. Now, it doesn't tell me what kind of troops. I would have to go there and scout that to get that information. But if I went and looked at one of these buildings and it only had 1,000 troops in it, well, that's easy looting. Now, here's an important one. Treasure is good, garrison is bad. Now, what do I mean by that? We still see this with people where they hit the garrison button instead of the defend treasure button, and they go and sit in the tower thinking they're getting points. And if your menu says garrisoned and not defending treasure, you're getting nothing. You're not defending anything, you're not helping anybody, your troops aren't helping in the tower. The only thing you're doing is hiding troops, basically. So you don't want it to say garrisoned. Now we're going to do this the right way. We're going to go in here and you use the top menu, treasure details, and then you're going to hit the send troops button. When you hit the send troops button, you get the option to, of course, send troops, and when they arrive at their destination, it will say guarding treasure, or it will say plundering, or any of the other things. That is what you're looking for. Now I'm getting points for defending this treasure. Now another tip, a trick, is one troop plundering. Here I'm going to set one troop to go and plunder a building that's been cleared. And this works well when people are either zeroed or they don't have that many troops. They can still go along with a big player, and the big player can clear out the buildings, and the smaller player can go and one troop plunder the buildings. So right here I'm using one troop to plunder, and I'm still getting 995 points or 995 treasure every minute for my alliance. Now the important thing to note here is that the points are distributed through the towers based on troop percentages. So if someone else went in there with 2 troops, they will be gaining 2/3 of the treasure every minute versus me gaining 1/3 of the treasure every minute. So be careful of that. If people are going to be one trooping together, everybody should be equal. Even if they were doing 10 troops or 100 troops, everybody should try and be equal there. Now, last thing here, fake rallies. Fake rallies are a way to protect your troops in Ultimate Alliance campaign. You set a 1-hour rally on an enemy castle, and any troops that you set in that rally are hidden from attack. So see here, I set a march of 500,000, and now it shows I only have 5.5 million out of 6 million troops because those troops are rallied. They're in a special holding area that can't be attacked. So go to an enemy zone, if you want to protect some of your troops, set 4 fake rallies for however many troops that is for you, and then from there you can, you know, plunder with 1 troop or whatever you have left, and they can burn your castle all they want. Unless you're sitting in the forest, it doesn't hurt you. You're just going to be sitting there. They can keep trying to kill you, and your troops are protected. So I think that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Remember to hit the like and the subscribe button if you are not a subscriber, and I will see you in the next video.